Welcome in. This is Three Man Front on a Friday. We will talk some Braves baseball coming up in just a couple minutes. A couple of big headlines around college sports, and it's significant eligibility news from the 10th Circuit Court as the NCAA has granted a stay request in the federal case that was heard in Colorado a couple weeks ago. So for the whole class of 2022, this means four-year players currently don't have eligibility for a fifth year from the Colorado case. Those who have sued for a fifth year has to rely on the state rulings to become eligible. Now, that's important. And the reason why is because moments ago, a Kentucky judge has granted a temporary injunction in an eligibility lawsuit involving quarterback Thomas Castellanos and basketball forward Mark Mitchell. So let that sink in. State of Kentucky, I was not aware that Castellanos was from the Bluegrass State. But he filed for a temporary injunction, and he won.
I thought he played I thought it was Georgia where he played high school. Okay.
So Mitchell and Castellanos are among 10 plaintiffs listed in a lawsuit filed in a Louisville court. They requested a temporary restraining order, a temporary injunction, and a permanent injunction for a fifth year of eligibility. The athletes listed will be able to enter the transfer portal for 1 week, according to court documents. So just to recap, you have a situation in Colorado where the NCAA wins a case. It throws out a previous order that was blanket coverage for everybody to get a fifth year of eligibility. That's why everybody started signing up and going in the transfer portal for 1 week to try to come out of the portal to get that extra year. Well, then this morning, the NCAA wins, stops that from happening. But if you have individual cases in your own state court, that would take precedence over a federal ruling in Colorado. It's extremely confusing. And I know everyone's sick and tired of talking about this, but you're going to continue to see court case after court case because Auburn got a player from Troy earlier this week. Because of that ruling in Colorado, now technically he's ineligible to play for Auburn. But I'm sure he's going to find a judge in Lee County or any other county in the great state of Alabama, except the one that Charles Bediako went to, and he will probably be granted a temporary restraining order because just like Tommy Castellanos just did in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, Tommy Castellanos, he played high school at Waycross. He was in Georgia, so he was a high school product there. I'm just wondering, does this mean that if it is allowed there in the state of Kentucky, are we thinking he's going somewhere within the state of Kentucky?
That is just, and Conrad was telling me during the break, I said, well, where's he going to play? Because we all saw that he was not the quarterback that he was after the Alabama game. So, like, where are you going? What's the deal?
You got options there. You got Western.
But Conrad said that he had heard that he might try to play wide receiver somewhere, might change positions. So, we'll see.
Heck of an athlete. And I was just trying to see any rumors. Was it Louisville? Was it potentially Kentucky, Western? But nothing's out there right now. So
nothing is there. And I know it's extremely hot outside right now. And I know one thing is for sure, that Landrum, because he went to the garage in Pelham, he made sure that his air conditioning unit in his car was good as gold, and it was last night.
It felt so good in the car because of the AC it was running at peak performance. If I could have called the game from the car, if they would have just let me pull the car in zone, I'll use binoculars. I would like to call the game. But, yeah, it's the garage in Pelham. You trust Bob. You trust Robert and Richie. They're going to be there to greet you when you enter the lobby, and they're going to take care of you. You got the newest diagnostic machines. They can handle even the newest refrigerants for any make or model. But just good people. We're not going to deal with bad people.
No.
We're not. I got better things to do.
No doubt. And you need to go to their website because they have coupons right there on the front page, thegarageinpelham.com. And it can help you if you need more of a air conditioner service. If something's wrong and needs to be dealt with.
Serpentine belt.
Yeah, there's service coupons right now that Landrum's looking at. Also, just a checkup. You can get coupons as well.
Yeah, they've got 15% off. You want to go $25 off on the checks. Just check out the website. And for anything else, you go to thegarageinpelham.com. Look at the testimonials and actual reviews from real human beings that live and work here, not only in the Metro Birmingham area, but the ones that'll catch your eye are the ones from across the state. They still bring their cars, trucks, SUVs to Bob and the gang there at the garage because they've taken care of them. That's who they trust.
Full service auto repair for most makes and models, oil changes, brakes, alignments, tune-ups, fuel injection service. We've been talking about the AC service for a while. Convenient perks like after-hours drop-off and pickup. All of that at a local business that we support 100%, and you should too. That is the Garage in Pelham.
Yeah, or you can go to garageandpelham.com or you can call 982-1984. That's 205-982-1984. Robert, Richie, Bob, they answer the phone and say, hey, just heard about you on Jocks. Need to set up that appointment because my wife is going to kill me if the AC in the van is not working properly.
Yeah, I need to get that fixed. That is the garageandpelham.com.
Appreciate all of those folks. We certainly appreciate Barrett Sallee. I appreciate the Braves winning yesterday. Good for my mental health. It's good when I have stuff going on and I'm not paying attention. Barrett, how are you today, my friend?
I am good. It feels good to come into the studio after a win. I like it. It feels different.
It does feel different. All right. Wasn't crazy about what we saw in Minnesota. This team is kind of hard to figure out right now. What do you make of it for the lack of hitting at times? Because for the most part, I think the pitching's been pretty solid.
Pitching's been fine. Everyone likes to complain about who's going to be number 2 or number 3 and number 4. I'm like, any of them, they're all fine. They're going to keep you in games more or less. So, the prolonged slumps with the offense is really concerning, and specifically with runners in scoring position, because early on the Braves were just killing it with runners in scoring position. But with these slumps, like that's the direct stat you can point to. That's the one thing of all of the other, nuance in terms of what people pay attention to, batted ball and play out, all that stuff. It is as simple as runners in scoring position. And, I think that for this team to consistently, go into these slumps and not be able to get out of it, we asked Walt if they're pressing, and he said no, but it's like, okay, yeah, they are pressing, because when it gets to be a clutch situation, guy on second, guy on third, whatever, they don't take good at-bats. The at-bats themselves, aren't what they should be. So that's concerning. Of all the things that go on, that's the most concerning thing, is that they're a little bit too, I think, aware of the issue instead of just going out there and trying to take the moment for what it is.
What is your overall assessment? I'm not blaming him. I'm just curious because obviously you follow this extremely close every single night on the Braves Radio Network since Ronald Acuna Jr. has been back. Just your overall thoughts on him.
I think that he had, and still does have to an extent, a real problem catching up to high fastballs. And, when you had a center cut fastball at the top of the zone against Ronald when he was at his best, that ball ended up 430 feet away. Now it seems like he's having a hard time catching up to it and getting to that ball. That, to me, I think has been his problem, not only this year, but I think you remember 2 years ago, the last 2 seasons prior to this year, I know there were the injuries, but it's not like he was having great seasons before those injuries and after those injuries anyway. So I think that's a problem that he has to figure out and hasn't done that yet. I think for if he's going to bat leadoff, and, I think at this point we asked Walt yesterday, like, this is where he's comfortable. The whole Drake, Ronald kind of alternating thing is not something that he's married to. Then he's going to have to find a way to get on base. And if he's popping those pitches up, he needs to be more patient. We've seen him do that at times, but it just feels like there's a hole in his swing, and he can't fix it yet.
You got the Brewers this weekend, then we get the Dodgers at home. Best team in baseball, second best record in baseball with the Dodgers. I'm looking at the Phillies. They're 5 games back. I realize what the Braves' September schedule looks like. But is there growing concern that the division could be in question, Barrett?
Not yet. Not yet. I mean, the number is still 5, right? You look around Major League Baseball, that's a huge division lead compared to some others, right? Yeah. So, I don't think there's concern there. Now, if it starts to get down to 2, like it was at the All-Star break, okay, yeah, then we can have that conversation. But I think the fact that the Braves have been able to, fix things when they got a little tight, is reassuring. With that said, you still face the Phillies, right? So like they control some of that, but I'm not worried about it yet. It's still late August, and the Braves have a pretty significant lead in the division. Until that changes, then I'm not terribly concerned because we've seen, the team's too talented to really, get into a point where the Phillies are in control of the division. Now, we're talking about mid-September, and that's the case, then yeah, that's a problem. But I'm not overly concerned about that yet.
Let's talk about the bullpen. Your overall feelings on that right now. You mentioned, obviously, the starting pitching has been fine. It's been hitting with runners in scoring position. But the back end of the pitching staff, where are they at right now in your mind? Are they trending in the right direction?
Yes. I mean, I don't want to dodge the question and say yes and no. I would say no, because the shakiness of Raisel Iglesias every now and then is concerning.
Good
now,
grief.
He has also pitched really well at times through that shakiness, right? He did have a couple of really good outings mixed in to some really bad outings where he blew saves. And then yesterday he was fine. So, yeah, I think the fact that he's not lights out like he used to be, that part's concerning. But on the same token, look what happened yesterday. 9 up, 9 down, 7 strikeouts. And that included Didier Fuentes getting out of a 2-on, nobody out jam, which goes to show you just how much he has done in terms of elevating himself up that trust tree, so to speak. So it's still, in my mind, the best bullpen in baseball. But there have been times recently where it's looked like a little bit more of a problem than we expected. That's concerning. But again, you're kind of nitpicking at that point because it is still the best bullpen in baseball, even without Robert Suarez.
I'd take a guy like a Tyler Kinley, who got designated a middle guy, and he was strong at the beginning of the year, and then he had some struggles. Take him, and he kind of reminds me of, who was the Braves reliever? Was it Luke something just a few years ago? Luke Jackson. I was thinking Luke Williams, but it was Luke Jackson who would come in, and he would make me a nervous Nelly every time that he came in. What would the equivalent of Raisel Iglesias be with the Braves closer? Because we've been Braves fans all our lives. Who would that be?
Oh, man.
Would it be a John Rocker? Would it be a Wohlers?
Wohlers early on. No, because John Rocker, when he was, the closer, was, take the other stuff out of it. John Rocker was awesome as an actual pitcher.
Yes.
Maybe Kerry Lightenberg.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe Kerry Lightenberg.
Wow, that's a name. That's a deep pull right there.
Barrett wins.
What were you were thinking? I was going to say Steve Carsey, but Steve Carsey was like more bad than good at times, and certainly not Dan Kolb.
What about Geronimo Baroa?
Maybe Jose who is it? Soriano, that was here for a couple for a hot minute.
Oh,
maybe.
Who was our reliever in 1990? Who was our closer? It was not the guy I just said.
In 1990, did we even need one?
No,
you're mathematically eliminated.
I felt like he was a pudgier Hispanic pitcher that might have been over the hill.
That's ugly.
Oh, gosh.
That's a great description.
I know who you're talking about. What is that guy's name? It's going to come to me right after I hang up the phone.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about. I do.
And Pat will remember him too.
Oh, man, now it's going to bother me. There's Raisel Iglesias, when he comes in, when he's struggling, I would say it's kind of like Steve Carsey, where it's there, but how is it going to be there today?
Was it Sergio Valdez?
No.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to drive me nuts. That is going to drive me nuts.
Tony Castillo?
No,
it wasn't Tony Castillo.
Maybe it was the 91 Braves roster.
Alejandro Pena was one of them.
Yep.
But he was really good.
Yes.
He was real. Greg McMichael was one, but oh God, it's going to drive me crazy. Yes, but no, Greg McMichael was one for a while.
Juan Berenguer.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Senor,
I remember him.
Senior Smoke is what they called him.
That's him.
Juan Berenguer. There it is. Nice work.
That mustache, curl your hair. Woo.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's nice work.
My favorite pull is catcher Biff Pocoroba back in the day.
Biff Pocoroba. What about Odeby McDowell?
Yeah, Odeby.
Odeby looked like he was 50 years old.
He did
when he was 30.
That team with Ken Oberkfell, Odeby McDowell, Deion James. That was fun. Mm. And I say fun in like the comedic way, not the actual enjoyment way.
Otis Nixon was the oldest younger guy that we ever knew, but we knew why. That's what hard living.
He was hard living, that's for sure.
Yeah, Wade Ritchie remembers him.
All right, we got a heck of a pitching matchup tonight, man. You cannot find a better pitching matchup this season than the two guys that are going tonight in Milwaukee.
Yeah, Mizorowski and Sale. You know, it's going to be one of those when you look back and you think, wow, like this is one that you could see in Game 1 of the NLCS. And if that's the case, then wow, what an appetizer this afternoon. I mean, I just can't wait. We've seen Mizorowski before. The Braves got the best of him. That was the day that Martin Perez outdueled him here earlier this season. But Mizorowski, he lights up the headlines because of that fastball, and I get it. But opponents are hitting 109 against his slider. That is his out pitch. And it's just watching that dude, man. It's like I can't even believe what I'm seeing. So hopefully the Braves get the job done early. So the shadows in that place in Great American Field, or American Family Field, I should say. In the afternoon, sometimes those shadows get a little sketchy. So 105 miles an hour looking at you like a strobe light is not going to be easy for these batters.
Am I the only one that thinks of Laverne and Shirley every time I think of Milwaukee?
Yeah, I go Alice Cooper from Wayne's World, Milwaukee, Algonquin for the good land.
Yeah, that's good. I forgot about that. Yeah. I've been to Milwaukee.
God, we are old with our references.
Yeah, yes, we are. But Juan Berenguer, now we can all go about our day.
That's right.
Barrett Sallee.
Senior Smoke.
That's right. Barrett Sallee. You can hear him all season long right here on Jocks the Braves Radio Network, pre- and post-game show. A lot of other ways to catch up with Barrett at Barrett Sallee. Barrett, we always appreciate the time. Thank you. Go Bravos. Let's try to get a series win. Just a win.
Let's do it.
All right. Thanks, Barrett.
Dale.
Barrett Sallee, joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. You deserve solutions that are built for you. Higginbotham is your one-source solution. Insurance, financial, and HR services.
All right, something big is coming on September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun. All roads lead to Game Day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in 50 states. That means Alabama, from Texas to California to Florida, every fan is in on the excitement. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. Remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign in with this code, JOX945. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code JOX945. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability varies by state.
We got listeners that are texting in and they're bass fishing right now. We'll get to the text line. It is open, 205-834-9450. The Friday edition of Three-Man Front rolls on.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll do some Pat Ponders on this Friday. To the phones we go, 205-834-9450.
Don, what's up?
Hey, Landrum. Before we talk a little Auburn and Alabama, great job on the call last night. I really enjoyed watching that. But
thank you, friend.
Unfortunately, I think y'all lost audio the whole second half of the game.
Did we? Nobody else said that.
Yes,
Maybe you hit mute on your
I
screen.
I couldn't hear a whole. Starting about midway through the third quarter, it was off the rest of the game.
I think it was mute.
Yeah, but I wanted to compliment you. Great job and everything.
Quite
I'm
certain
telling you
it was.
what, man, Thompson's loaded, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They are so well rounded. Yeah, they've had some great
My
players, but the collection of talent, there's no visible chinks in the armor, if you will.
Okay, and Conrad, for your sake, boy, Trent Seaborn looked fantastic last night.
He did. He looked very, very good. He'll be a great backup quarterback in a couple years behind Elijah Haven. I look forward to it.
I was. You know what? That's exactly what I
I'm
wanted
kidding.
to say.
I'm kidding.
Hey, by the way, Conrad, did you see my text to you and Damien this morning? And I want to ask all three of y'all this: who do you think's in better shape at quarterback, guys? Auburn with Byron Brown or Alabama if it's Keeline Russell?
Go ahead, Damien. Answer the question. Damien's in here. Damien heard you on the phone. He comes running in here putting headphones on because he wants to talk to you.
He taped his wrist.
I never heard if they answered my text or not.
No,
okay, Damien,
we didn't get a chance to.
Why didn't you answer his text?
We were busy. We were blind ranking college football coaches. Right now, I would give the lean to Byron Brown because I've actually seen him do it at the college level.
Okay, that okay. Good answer. Okay, all right, Conrad.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take Keelan.
Okay, Landrum.
I'm not voting.
He's Switzerland.
I'm not voting.
All right, Pat.
He just stepped out, but he
Pat's
said
not voting. He's got an
Byron
absentee
Brown.
vote.
He said Byron Brown.
Oh, that's right. He's got to go. He's got to go down to Auburn, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I heard he told me yesterday, Landon, that Rob Tate had to renege on him staying there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He what?
That's what Pat told me yesterday.
No, he's saying all kinds of stuff.
Landrum, I was actually accused by Pat and Conrad as being a first-time caller yesterday.
Well, I didn't know who it was when I answered the phone, and
Yes, you did.
I
Yes,
was just
you
confused.
Most certainly did too. I talked to Conrad for 2 minutes before y'all picked up the
Yeah.
phone.
seems like a long time.
No, but anyway, though, no. And Pat, good luck to Trustful down at Auburn today. That should be a good ball game. But
Thank you.
y'all actually, I'm going to the Thompson Clay Chalkville game next Thursday, and I think hadn't Clay Chalkville beaten Thompson 3 years in a row?
I'm not sure. I
think it was
personally not
definitely the last two, right?
It was
Yeah.
the last game of the regular season last year.
Yeah.
Well, you
But-
laying down
but
some
anyway,
plywood.
What's
back
going
there,
down in
baby?
the background there, Don?
What are you doing, Don?
I'm at work, and we're cutting
Hammering
meat.
out meat. That's exactly what's going on. I hear it.
Yeah, we're hammering the meat.
Yep.
Fixing the meat,
All right.
making chopsticks.
All right, we'll get
But
back to
anyway,
hammering your
I
meat.
probably need to go, guys. I know y'all are coming to a break, but hey, everybody, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and see y'all next week.
Thank you, Don. We'll see you next week. All kinds of breaking news with that phone call.
That was.
Yeah.
I can't believe that
Yeah.
nobody got to hear you for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half last night. That's a shame, Landry.
I was like, what?
Just found out.
Think about what time I could have gotten home. Don. 205-834-9450. We do have a lot of texts that are here on the text line. And where do we begin? We will begin with, I think Don hit mute. I watched the game. I didn't have any problems. This is Reba. Thank you, Reba. No,
Yeah, that's just not surprising to me at all.
I would have felt like the other people I talked to about various aspects of the game today would have mentioned it,
Yeah.
right? Like, hey, in passing.
Yeah, shoot you a text or something.
And
feel
my
like in the
wife,
middle
she
of
got
the
home,
game.
she caught the broadcast. That's
Yeah.
usually something she would text me immediately so I could notify someone, but none of that. But I'm glad that he had his ear out. Good. I watched and heard the whole second half. LOL, Josh. Thank you, Josh. We're just making sure that we have confirmation. It wasn't just one person that was corroborating. It was actually two. I'm so glad that we had the talk with him before he came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what would happen then?
He was rare
Yeah.
form today. Rare form. Yeah, Pat.
Yeah,
Pat just walking in on tape. He heard it all. He's shaking his head.
Man, you're going to be busy for the next 24 hours, I guess, Pat.
Darren actually citing one of the calls of the second half of the game, and he said he loved the clip. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate it.
So maybe it just went out in one spot. Maybe, who knows?
I think y'all need to mute Don. No, I can't do that.
I mean,
He did it to Landrum, apparently.
Thanks, you did. It's like,
Just what a way to. Not only that, but the fact that you're out the gate with that.
yeah,
Just
right there. Just put it out there as fact.
and he's been stewing on that all morning. Of I didn't get to hear the second half of that game last night with Landrum. That really bugged him.
and he was the only one.
No, he was
Yeah,
a
he was
matter
the
of
only-
fact. Like, now I was seeing all when we were trying to guess the Braves pitcher, all the different names. Rudy CNNs, we get nice little flashback. Then it's Oil Can Boyd, Alejandro Pena,
Where you just naming random Braves pitchers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I couldn't remember who it was. I just remember he's Hispanic, overweight, and a little bit over the hill. And we figured out who it was.
All right.
Coming up next on 3 Man Front, we will do some Pat Ponders. We have a special in-studio guest that will join us during this segment. That's next. All right, it's 12:35 on a Friday. I know so many people already may be getting off work. They're going to be heading to high school football games coming up in a little while. Landrum's going to be heading to Sparkman. I am going to be heading to Auburn, Alabama. So we're going to do Pat Ponders a little bit earlier than we typically do. Damien's joining us in studio. We will have a special surprise in-studio visitor who will ask the final question of Pat Ponders. So let's get right to it. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. It's pretty plain. It's pretty simple. No explanation needed. Which SEC football coaches do you believe could load their own shotgun?
SEC football coaches that could load their own shotgun. We will go John Summerall. I will go Kalen DeBoer. Kirby Smart. Josh Heupel. Clark Lee.
Venables. Venables for sure.
Mike Elko.
100%.
Jeff Lebby, 100%.
Do you see where this is
Beamer
going?
Could. He talks like he does. Just real fast.
Drinkwitz, no.
Potato gun.
Alex Golish, mortar.
Mortar. I'm surprised you didn't go stereotype AK.
Yeah,
He strikes me. Yeah, he
that
strikes me as
that would have been better than mortar.
Or Molotov?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will Stein, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Seems like he's more into archery.
He strikes me as that too.
I'll give him a crossbow.
What about Silverfield? I mean, he's been in Memphis.
Yeah. So
What? Damien.
what does that mean?
Let's,
I mean,
you know what, Damien? It's fair. Let's not
Yeah,
all
let's-
pretend we were not gravitated to first 48 when they hung
right,
out in
yeah.
Memphis for 3 years.
yeah.
You guys are missing one that I want to hear your opinion on.
If I think I know,
Steve Sarkisian?
Lane Kiffin.
are
Oh,
you
no.
kidding?
Absolutely not.
Are you kidding?
No.
Absolutely not.
I got a feeling he's probably seen people with shotguns coming after him as he's jumping out of a window.
Right.
No, Kiffin would be like gloves. He'd be worried about like the oil from the shotgun getting on his hands.
All right, so overall, what do we say? Out of the 16 coaches, maybe 13 of the 16
Yeah.
would load their own shotguns?
Yeah, everybody except for Kiffin, Will Stein,
And
And Eli.
Drinkwitz.
Drinkwitz, and I don't know about Golish. He's
You don't think so on
Yeah,
Golish?
Golish got he got some cerebral.
No, Golish
assassin.
can load a dang shotgun.
You
Are you
think
kidding?
so?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably what he does. He probably, when he's not footballing and he's out with his son, going fishing and then shooting cans.
Yeah. Just to get that rush.
Shooting cans, huh?
No kidding. When I was growing up, we used to shoot guns. Well, shotguns because I hunted, and so I had the option to go shoot the gun for my birthday or go see a movie. That used to be an option.
Shoot a gun and
Yeah,
see a
just
movie.
go. Yeah.
The simple things of life, man.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
All right, question number 2. Vegas has set the over-under on how many teams will make the CFP from each Power 4 conference. So I'm going to give you the Power 4 conferences and what Vegas says the over-under is on the number of teams from that conference to make it. Then I want you to tell me which is the safest bet for you. ACC, 1.5. Big 12, 1.5. Big 10, 3.5. SEC, 4.
On the nose?
On the nose, not a half. 1.5 for ACC and Big 12. 3.5 for Big 10. 4 for the SEC. That's the current Vegas odds on the number of teams from those conferences making the CFP. What's the safest bet?
I've got to
you guys?
go because I've already put in Sharpie Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon in the college football playoff, and I got to think that one more team from the Big Ten gets in. I would roll with the Big Ten.
I'm gonna go. It's the under. Who do I like more, SMU or BYU? I'm gonna go under in the ACC.
Okay.
I think Miami will be the only team that gets up.
Okay, so 1 for the ACC.
See, I'm on the opposite end. I'm going with BYU along with
Texas Tech?
along with Texas Tech.
All right, so you're going the over.
I'm going the over 1.5.
Okay, so what did you guys think about the
Big Ten's getting 4 at least.
the 4 of the SEC? Think that would be a push?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yep.
Push?
I think we get 5 again.
Okay.
See, I'm not as because logic would tell you that the Big Ten will get in 4 teams, but I'm also wondering like what happens if USC and Penn State and Michigan and all those teams all kind of screw themselves up?
Yeah.
Because we all know those three are going to get in that Landry mentioned.
Yeah. Is it going to be USC? Is it going to be Michigan? Is it?
But there's also a chance that, in my mind, that none of those teams get in,
Mm-hmm.
and they just kind of cannibalize each other.
Wow.
we
I
do.
mean, Washington. Some people they're in a lot of people's top 20 preseason.
Okay. Next question. Nielsen Ratings this last week released its first ever NFL Fandom Index, which ranks how avid fans are in each team's market based on these 8 key factors: apparel purchases, event attendance, TV viewership, streaming, radio listening, betting, social media following, and just general interest for the team. Now, according to Nielsen, Buffalo, Kansas City, Green Bay, Cincinnati, and Philadelphia were the top 5.
Small markets.
But the question is, who would you personally, now that you know the top 5, Buffalo, Kansas City, Green Bay, Cincinnati, and Philadelphia, who would you rank in the bottom 5 in the National Football League as far as fandom goes?
Jaguars,
Yeah.
Cardinals.
I had Cardinals.
Browns.
Browns fans love the Browns, though, even though they suck.
Chargers.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
now that they're in LA. Yeah. Because you keep seeing that one fan, that lady,
I would think that
and that's it.
just because of the move and the protests that we got, well,
Chargers is good, I think.
I say the Carolina Panthers. Well, no. Well, yeah, I would lean the Panthers. I don't think 1 year is enough to have flipped it over that quick.
Okay, so you guys said something at the beginning of this that is very important. Now, this is a fandom index, which means the smaller markets are going to do better. Why? It's
Because
because
they have less people to.
they have less people, and plus those people galvanize towards a certain franchise. Whereas in a bigger market, there's a lot of different things going on, and you have a lot of people that may not care about the national.
got you.
football.
So LA, the Rams.
Jets, Giants, Dolphins, Chargers. I've got completely different answers. there.
Raiders.
Here is the bottom 5, and these are the markets. Coming in at the 5th worst fandom is Tampa.
Okay.
Next is San Francisco.
Well, yeah, they got some other issues.
Well, that might be.
Yeah.
Well, that might be stateside, but they're big over in Asia.
The 3rd worst is Miami.
No, because two is gone.
Is that right?
That played a part.
They lost the heart and soul of their team.
Then Los Angeles. And then New York is dead last.
Yeah.
It was interesting as I was looking down the list, Nashville came in right in the middle at 15
That's about right.
of the 30 markets.
Yeah, because now Vanderbilt
Good job,
starting.
Damien.
Yeah, now Vanderbilt is starting to rise, and it's
Where's London?
Not there yet, but it will be.
that's where Jacksonville's going.
It'll be there very, very soon. It's interesting. The rest of the top 10, I gave you Buffalo, Kansas City, Green Bay, Cincinnati, Philadelphia. That's your top 5. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Detroit, New Orleans, and Cleveland. That is the top 10 according to the Nielsen Fandom Index.
And you know what's it's funny? If you said, what are the NFL franchises that remind you most of a college football program,
It would be those.
those would be the
Yeah.
ones.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, we will have our final question of the week, and it will be audibleized by one of our favorites here on the program. That's next. As we wrap up the week here on Three Man Front, we just had some questions in Pat Ponders. We're now going to finish things up with someone that you hear write questions almost on a daily basis for us here at Three Man Front, and that's BB. She joins us in studio on this hot, steamy Friday. We've missed you, BB. Hope you're well.
I've missed everyone, too. I'm just struggling with some health things that have kept me down, but we'll be back before you know it.
Well, it's great to see you, and we always appreciate the fun and frivolity that you share with us as you pin some very interesting questions.
Does that have to do with the walrus or an pinch?
No, this is not a
No, this is pretty
question.
benign for
Yeah,
BB,
this
this
is
next
benign.
question. Yeah,
I mean, and
is,
it's Friday. We could have done it.
yeah, you could have been a little more
Filthy
nasty,
Friday,
but
but-
You could have gone fleshy Friday.
Yeah, I could have. Well, no.
No.
Okay.
all right. So here is the microphone is yours, BB.
You'll find this interesting, though. No resources last forever, which is why governments hold on to stockpiles of various goods, products, and fuels. But there are some unusual stockpiles you may not know of. Deep underground in caves beneath Missouri is the U.S. National Cheese Reserve, where there are nearly 1.4 billion pounds of cheese. China stockpiles pork to the tune of more than 400 million pounds. Canada collects maple syrup, and London has a huge cache of rubber bullets. And of course, Norway has the seed vault. What would you like to see our country stockpile so we never run out?
Okay. What about it, Landrum? What do you want to see the country stockpile?
My recommendation 30 years ago would be let's save all the Tab Cola we can. Can't find it anymore.
Tab Cola.
It's black market. You don't know where you're buying it anymore. And some of it, you get the stomped on Tab.
I love Tab.
Yeah, I love Tab. I do too, BB. Ooh.
I'm going to say Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Oh, Haagen-Dazs? Yeah, that's good.
Haagen-Dazs, Haagen-Dazs.
Whatever.
Haagen-Dazs, whatever.
Yeah.
What's-
Conrad's trying to get smart and correct you.
Yeah.
I was just letting you know it was okay either way.
I'm sorry, BB.
I did not correct her. It's
Yeah.
tomato.
I'm just a jerk.
Oh, it goes without saying. And she brought you a gift, too.
It's crazy.
Did you see that? She brings
She
him a
knitted
gift.
you a onesie to wear to bed.
Something like that.
And then you slam her.
And you were going to look so cute in it. Now she's taking it back.
I was just agreeing with her that that's good ice cream, and
Yeah,
I
you
would
were.
be okay with us stockpiling that. What's the thing that's can survive nuclear war? Twinkies.
What?
So you'd want to keep Twinkies?
Cock-
Well, I'm
Cockroaches?
just saying. Worst case scenario, we need food one day.
Twinkies.
Like, what are you gonna do? Eat irradiated green beans? I don't know. Like, what? Tomatoes? Potatoes? You need something. Just feels like that would be a good thing to stockpile.
All right, so they got cheese.
They got cheese.
And Twinkies.
So if we want our cheese, we're going to have to go barter.
Well, and what if like the custard in the middle of the Twinkie? What if that's bad, but like the outer filling is, you could just stuff cheese in the middle of a Twinkie, and then
I tell you what,
there'd be a lot of
You
constipated people in the future. But
You take some of our favorite recipes from fast food restaurants and you make sure that those are saved in a vault, like the 11 herbs and spices, or
A gallon of barbecue sauce.
there you
somewhere.
go.
Chick-fil-A chicken.
I was thinking chicken automatically, but I felt like it was going to be awkward.
Are you talking about live chickens, like keeping?
I mean, well,
That'd be a lot of work.
yeah, that's
We need something to go with the cheese.
yeah. We can have something to go with the cheese.
Just imagine if you had a stockpile of chickens, how much chicken, would be in that room. When you
Somebody's
finally
saying
open the
oil,
vault.
but we're sitting on a huge oil reserve. That's why I didn't say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just got to get
it's
to
Texas
drilling.
A&M. Yeah, it's them.
Should we preserve the Merry Milkmen? Keep them underground?
Nope, they can go
Ooh,
first.
They gotta go.
No, I'm saying
they
just
can-
keep them underground
Oh yeah, forever.
until we're
yes.
ready to bring them back out.
We wonder where all that yelling's coming from at midnight. What is that?
That's the devil beating his wife.
God,
You got to come out with something. What are you putting in the reserve?
I said chicken.
Okay.
Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Pat's looking at me like I didn't give a serious. I'm thinking long term here. Do you
Yeah.
want to live or do you want to die? I'm thinking worst case scenario.
I'm just curious why Britain has rubber bullets.
Yeah,
That's
they-
just
Might need them, you might need them real ones.
End of the world, you're going to use rubber bullets.
Yeah, like, ow, that hurt a little bit.
They'll never see it coming.
we can't kill animals because it bounces right off of them. Like what do you need them for?
Yeah, I mean, are they onto something? Do we need to stockpile BBs or something? Like, are we the bullets? Not.
Yeah,
we could
that's
also
accurate,
stockpile BB. Yeah,
You got her.
Rubber bullets?
it's an odd one.
Ouch.
That stung a little.
Are
bit.
you sure you might like?
Johnny says bourbon.
Are you sure maybe you like overlooked something and you just added maybe bullets was not supposed to be part of it, just the first part?
No, I did not overlook it, and I actually it makes perfect sense to me because you're not allowed to carry guns
Well, yeah.
in
England.
and if you do have a gun, you're going to probably have rubber bullets.
Yeah, they weren't a big fan of the right to bear arms in the colonies. That was one of the big ones that we said. You know what? We'd make this constitution. We're going to make sure
We got a problem with
But
that.
now I think one of the things that I would stockpile, which maybe I do stockpile personally, you can't have too much brass.
Brass?
I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of brass.
Yeah. Steve says soybeans. We get frozen pizza,
Soybean.
beer, common sense,
We need a lot of
We
that.
need that.
meat.
Yeah, because Conrad wouldn't have anything to put in his mouth every night.
Wow.
Bacon,
I'm surprised he didn't say tuna.
Mexican cheese dip,
That's a good. Yeah, okay. You can
Just
make that from the
barrels of
cheese.
cheese dip.
and somebody said Oreos is what Conrad is thinking of. They have a bunker for just Oreos.
Oh, well.
Oh, I like those more than Twinkies, so that's good. Yeah. That
Jimmy
Double stuff's
says
gonna save my
nothing can
life.
keep BB down.
Nothing.
Muscle emoji. BB, thank you.
Good to see you, BB.
Good to be here. Thanks, everyone.
We will continue on. We'll talk some high school football. Kyle Parmley, Starnes Media, joins us next. We roll on this Friday here on